Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to, remember in our previous video last year, we had done the muscadine grapes in our juicer and we had juice left over. So today what we're going to do is we are going to make natural Jello. Let me pop this open. Now what I've got here is a cup with a, because I noticed when I tried this before that the grape juice had whatever you call it. It had some grapey particles in it and stuff, so I will while that's draining a little bit, get yourself some unflavored gelatin. You can get Knox blocks or this stuff. This is just pure gelatin. It's got nothing to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 packets. If you only do 1 packet, it'll come out kind of runny, almost like pudding, and it looked really disgusting. So we're going to do 2 packets. And I'm going to put that in there for a second. And we're going to take 1 cup of cold juice, or room temperature juice as this happens to be, and we're going to put it in our gelatin, and we're going to whisk it up a little bit with our whisk, and then we're just going to let it sit there while we do the rest of our stuff here. We're going to need, I'm making a horrible mess here as you can see, but we all know that's just how I cook. I'm a messy cook. So let me put some more in here. Actually, I'll probably just dump all of it in here. And you can see on the side of the jar that there's those little grains of stuff in there, and that's what we're trying to get out of there. So, let's see. Oh gosh, I already did that in my, oh well. Now, muscadine grapes have a very strong flavor. Before I did a half a cup of sugar in here. Actually, I think I'm going to do a little tiny bit more this time because it was really strong tasting last time I made it. So, let's, there's that, and I'm going to set that in there again. And then we're going to take 2 cups, we already put 1 in there, and now we're going to do another cup of the juice. And we are going to put it in our little burner here, use our whisk again, and we want to get this to boiling. So we're going to let that sit there for a little bit till it gets warm enough. Okay, while this is warming up, I thought I would do a comparison. Here is a box of Jello mix that I bought at the store today, and I'm going to read you all the ingredients in this thing. There's sugar, which of course we did add sugar to ours, dextrose, gelatin, which we did add gelatin to ours. Then they added disodium phosphate, adipic acid, fumaric acid, artificial flavor, which who knows what that is, and red dye number 40, because this is supposed to be strawberry Jello. Well, we all know that the dyes are not good for our systems. And so here you've got all that extra ingredients, and what we have is just pure gelatin, pure juice, squeezed straight from the grapes, and some sugar. Very simple, very good, way healthier than this stuff. And you technically could buy like bottled fruit juice at the store where it says it's just, you know, natural fruit juice and then maybe with sugar added. You don't want corn syrup or dextrose or any of that other sugars. It's better though if you have your own fresh squeezed juice or whatever that you could mix this with, because it's a lot healthier. I can feel the sugar's all melted. Now we'll just sit there and wait a little bit again until that starts to boil. Okay, in this one, you can see how it's thickening up from the packets of gelatin. It's getting thicker. And then if you look in the pot here, it's steaming away. And if we listen real close, it's getting really close to boiling. And then here, see all the little extra stuff that we filtered out of our grape juice? And this is why we do that when we use homemade juice, because you don't want all that icky in your Jello. You don't want crunchy Jello. At least I don't like crunchy Jello. Okay, let me... Smells really good, guys. It kind of smells like that day that we made jelly last year with this muscadine grape juice. Okay, there it's starting to, you can see the little bubbles it's starting to do. And it's starting to move on its own. Alrighty, we have achieved boiling! Woohoo! You can see it starting to boil a little tiny bit. So, I'm just going to shut that off, and we're just going to add a little tiny bit here at a time and stir it into our thing where the gelatin was. Alrighty, so stir it up really good. Let me put this over here. See, it's not real pretty, the color, because it doesn't have dyes in it and stuff. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put it in the fridge and let it set up. And then when it's all set up, we'll come back and we'll give you some ideas on how to serve it. See you in a bit. Okay, we are now back. Our Jello has set up, as you can see. So we're going to it's kind of a not a very pretty color like most Jellos, because this is obviously straight from the grape juice, and it's not a very pretty color, but it is very tasty. So what we're going to do here to dress it up a little bit, I'm just throwing some little thingies here, and let's got some whipped cream, and then I've got some frozen grapes here.
Hold on. Wait, do that. Say that again. Got some frozen grapes.
I've got some frozen grapes here that I have cut in half, and so we'll just kind of put them on there for a little bit of decoration. So there's our little parfait glass. Now what we could do too is we'll do this one. Whoa. We'll put a little bit of, and then we'll do a little bit more, some whipped cream. We'll kind of layer it a little bit. We'll put another piece right there. A little whipped cream on top. And then to do something a little different, we'll put a little bit of sprinkles on top. So that way it'll kind of look all layered, and then it's got the little sprinkles on top. And there you have it. Now remember, this Jello is very strong tasting since it's straight from the grape juice. So you don't want to do a lot of it when you serve it, because most people will find it very overpowering. When you eat it like this, though, with the whipped cream, it's really good, because the whipped cream really does tone down the strongness of the Jello. So anyway, we hope you find this helpful and tasty, and we'll see you next time.